Huh? That's the kind of night we're going to have. Right there. Boom. Monsieur Jesse Mayder. I'm staring into your soul right now. What's up, everyone? Yeah, man. First one in, bro. Well, guess what? You get to wait 8 minutes. And what's even better is it's one of those nights. It's just one of those nights. It's actually a good drink. Just a good, solid day. A lot of new things going to be happening my way. Kids didn't wreck my night. Curled up with the wife for some Gordon Ramsay food stars. I mean, adulting at its finest. It's the little things in life, my friends. What's up? You know what's funny is I do love seeing people that I don't remember seeing you guys last time. Are you just on and you're a follower and you said, hey, screw it, I'm just going to tune in? Good. Good. It's been a good day. I'm feeling a little toasty. Feeling a little couple of them Michelobes going down. Got another Pittsburgh guest. We've been doing Pittsburgh stuff all month. I do have some pretty awesome guests lined up for non-Pittsburgh August, though. Really excited. What up? The first couple of people you always get waves. You always get likes, follows, whatever. And remember, guys, I'm learning that the bottom right, would it be this or this? This. There should be a little word bubble, a little word cloud with a question mark. You get to ask questions. They sit in this queue. I get to see them accrue. And at the end, we ask the guests. Get those questions in, man. And if you don't know, this is happening tonight. Yeah, that's right. I'm in these liner notes. That's right. Go check them out. You'll meet them. Follow, download, subscribe, comment, like, smash, all that stuff. I don't think Jesse's making many TikToks, but you know what? Anywhere you find them, whatever platform, go and follow, support. Pittsburgh month here on the Celebrity Fanboy podcast. We had, who was first? We had, last week was Christian Beck. We had some Pittsburgh country going on. Before that was Jeremy Raymer. Serious muralist. Tonight is Jesse Mader. Is that it for... Yeah, that's it for July. That's it. In August, I got 2 big ones coming. Hopefully the actors' strike doesn't mess up podcasts and interviews. I've been told it doesn't really do a whole lot for interviews, podcasts, even conventions, live appearances, because they're not paid through the union. They're just paid directly. So, to my people in the strike, but also come on my podcast and talk, please. So I have a feeling that maybe it affects some of these podcasts coming up. Maybe some of the actors I had lined up have more important things to worry about than some dude from Pittsburgh. So understood, full support, get paid, get money, but can you find half an hour, 45 minutes some weeknight, 9 o'clock? Yeah, you probably could, hopefully. I'll just say 2000s rock and roll and Karate Kid. Those are 2 hints for guests coming up. If you follow the page and you see the updates, you might have already seen. I made a video for the one. The one is it says it's a music night. The one is such a huge idol of mine. I can't believe he said yes. I was up his ass, though, to be fair. I stayed on him for, I guess it's months. As a fanboy, my role is to get up that ass and convince you or just be annoying enough for you to say yes. Yeah, it was, I got posters on the wall. I got some gold records on the wall. I have this guy's shoes on the wall. The band is lit. Bowling for Soup should be coming up soon. We have some guests from the Penguins. Oh, there she is. A wave for Amy. A wave for you. Yeah, some big bands and actors. Karate Kid is, if you've seen the 3rd installment of Karate Kid, and not the new one, not the remake, but the third of the trilogy, there was a particular villain that is going to be on this podcast shortly, and he was one of my the coolest interactions. I won't say his name. Look for that ad coming up. But the coolest interaction, all I have to do, I should say, the only thing I have is to ask. There's no money. I'm not famous. I have no power, no pull. I just have to ask people and see if they'll respond. Sometimes if they respond, they'll ask, well, what is this podcast about? And I'll explain it, and they won't come back. And that's fine. Some people say yes. This one was cool. I caught them on their Instagram Live answering questions. And I just said, could you please come on a podcast? It's a small-time podcast. I just like Karate Kid a lot. And he said, you know what? Someone give me a break. I'll give you a break. Yeah, I'll come on. So August 1st, look for a very obvious, very awesome Karate Kid guest. And we'll get tonight's guest on in a couple minutes. Who else we got here? Man, I love seeing people. I don't know. This is dope. All I want to do is talk for a living. I just want to talk. I don't care if it's a podcast. I don't care if it's singing. I don't care if it's stand-up. I don't care if it's voice acting. I could keep this thing going all day. All damn day. And I would love to get paid to do it. Try taking this to Spotify and making that money. A lot of hoops. I don't care to jump through. I just want to sit here and talk to you guys and have people on and talk about shit I like. And sometimes while I'm talking, have a little bit of Miller or Michelob or some old granddad's whiskey. That's all I'm going to do. So I know we have people from Nashville, or at least Tennessee. Tell me where the rest of you guys are from. Give me that comment. Who am I talking to? Where are we at? We still have a couple minutes. We'll get our dude on. But in the meantime, where are you guys from? What's going on? Tell me if you like the horror pops, or Alistair, Green Day, Social Distortion. This guitar is from Tim Armstrong of Rancid. And again, at the bottom of your screen, if you're on a phone, there should be a little word bubble with a question mark, and you can put questions in. They'll kind of stack up throughout this whole interview, and at the end we can share some. Talk, chat, ask your questions. Don't be too obscene. But I'll ask some goofy shit. I'll ask some fucked up shit, but keep it funny. Keep it light and airy. And that way no one gets offended, and I'll ask your question. And I think I'm done waiting. Let's bring Jesse in. Bear with. How are you on two different socials? I'm guessing maybe one's you, one's your chick. We're going to... Tell me if you want it to be the store, too. So I sent one to your personal to get on. There we go. Nice. Yeah, yay.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What up?
Are we good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, man, thank you. First time doing this kind of thing, so a little nervous that it wasn't going to work. So,
you know what? I got to do a lot of that troubleshooting over the past, 20, 30 people. And like I mentioned, it's no laptops and a good connection and a good pair of earbuds, and that's it, man. That's all you need.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Looks like you got what, some Beats in there?
Yeah, I got these are my gym Beats. I don't know, they're like, my sister Jody bought these. They were a Christmas gift probably 8 years ago. I haven't upgraded, but, they get it done. So.
No need, man. If they work, they work. Yeah, like I said,
hell yeah.
My audio kept screwing up. $20. This has to be the cheapest thing in the Apple store probably for a long time. $19.99 for corded earbuds. And I spent total $20 on this podcast. That's it. $20.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier than I thought I was gonna have to wire up the mic and the laptop, all this shit. So this is dope, man. This is perfect.
Nothing. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Flat out. I just want to be able to come up and before I play either Red Dead or GTA or Call of Duty all night, I want to be able just to sit down and plug one thing in and chat. That's all I want to do. So we learned that the laptops don't work from a guy from Back to the Future. Ironically, he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to share the screen and show you." By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, go back in my history. I'm going to let you do your research. Back to the Future. I'm not going to tell you his name. I want you to do work and go back and look. This guy was the second George McFly in Back to the Future and shared with the podcast unseen footage and photos from behind the scenes for Back to the Future. I'm like, okay, I get that happy. I mean, I made it. That's it. If a dude from Back to the Future showed me never before seen shit, then I'm happy. I'm real happy. Hey, Josh is in the house.
That's a Back to the Future is a perfect movie. I think it's a perfect movie.
So it's one of those things like, can you even rank them? Can you rank your favorites, or do you rank like, what do I want to watch now, or what have I see? Which one have I seen the most? Because I can go 3 isn't first, but I think that's all I can say. You know what I mean? I know that's not my top. Yeah. No hate, but I know that 1 or 2, and I swear it's like when I was younger, 2015 seemed amazing, and then you grow up and you're like, that didn't happen. So maybe the cool old school 50s, 60s vibe is there. Like maybe that's it. You know, 1955 is like, that's the movie. But you got a fan in here. You got a fan in here.
Is that Alan? Oh, that's my man Alan. That's my brother right there. What's up, baby?
What's up, man?
Alan J.
So yeah. So tell everybody, everybody who the hell you are.
Jesse Mater. I don't know, man. Some people know me as J. James. Creative type musician, little bit of everything. New business venture, you know what I mean? Always got something going on. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's been a while since I've performed music. It's been a while since I've released anything. But there's so much more to it. So I don't know, man. You and I go way back with the music. I'm just happy to be here. I don't know. I'm not good at the off the cuff stuff, so you might have to ask me some questions.
I am.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, man. I don't know if people in here, know what you and I have done. You know, we've done together. But first and foremost, creativity. Has been my lifeblood. I'm grateful to be here with you. I've done a lot of things. I don't even know where to start. But at the end of the day, if I don't wake up and if tomorrow's not different than the day before, then I'm not happy. So that's about it. So
I can dig it. Yeah. What's cool is me and Jesse got thrown in the mix together through our family. So we were close to the same age, a handful of us. And I swear we were talking about this earlier. I can't figure out if it was Amy's here, by the way, so she might be able to tell us what what it was that was our first interaction. So I can vividly see, I can see 2 pictures of us that are the first 2, and I know one for a fact is Amy's wedding, where it's like all the young guys and girls are just like, she must have been like, all the kids get a picture, right? Yeah. And that was years and years and years ago. So the other one that I know of, man, that is hilarious because we're both just frumpy and dumpy little kids is a paintball trip, which you said might have been a bachelor party. I didn't think that, but now I'm like, that makes perfect sense. I mean, would it have been her? You said John and Amy, like it was John's bachelor party?
That's the only thing that I could think of. I think it was because for me, it was like, I was invited and I was like, oh man, I'm invited to paintball. I never went paintball. So I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know what to expect. Like people shooting at me. It was crazy. And, but I just remember it was like kids versus adults, right?
Bingo, proven, fact.
Yeah.
John's bachelor party. I did not know that. Nothing in that picture. Okay, cool. Nothing in the picture says that, obviously. So it's just like that. There it is.
Yeah, that was and I was doing some side work with John on a contracting on a house in Carrick, and I was working for him like early in the morning at the time. So this was all real. This hit me hard. Yeah. This was like a big. Yeah. It was like, okay, I felt all that. Yes.
Jody's here. What's up, Joe? Yeah. I had no idea. I had no idea. I mean, like I said, we all were in camo and old clothes, and that's all I ever knew about it. And
those guys, I swear, they were all Vietnam vets, and we got lit the fuck up. We did not win that shit. I was real good at running away, though. That shit was not. I did not. I enjoyed it because I love you guys, but I didn't really enjoy that too much. It was scary as hell.
So to fill anyone in that doesn't know my family, we were hardcore paintballers. And here's the thing. I think it was called I can't remember the name, but it was not what you see in the movies where they're like wearing blue and red and they're doing it was wartime,
Rambo,
like strategic camo literally in the mud, crawling around. It was like up above the waterfront. I still remember how to get there. I know every time I go past it. Right before the Homestead Bridge.
Something.
Yep.
Homestead. And I remember going in. I'm like, okay. I was like going into it. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be like an adventure, like the
Yeah.
Goonies.
No.
And it was like fucking Rambo. I would like
Yeah.
Predator. I was not okay with it. And I was like, they were good, man. I got lit up. I got hit like 3 times in the head. I fell over and I was like crawling. I'm like, oh my God. Because I was fast, but it didn't matter. These guys were lighting me up. And I saw another paintball coming straight at my goggles. It was while I'm laying down, hit me square between the eyes, and I was just like, please stop. Like,
Please stop.
quit.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite stories, since Amy's here, this is perfect. We've talked about this 100 times. So I don't know if girls just were never interested. All the ladies in the family just never felt like going. But at one point they were like, we should be going. Why can't we go? And we're all like, let's go. And I swear somebody said guys versus girls. And everybody said yes. And even at like 17, I'm like, yo, bad idea. So we're all playing, and I'm with my cousin Steve. And Amy wanders into our line of sight somehow, right? And Steve is, I hope he's watching, was a bastard motherfucker when we were little. I remember, like, we're close now, but holy shit, that dude could light me up all the time. So we're both standing up there, and I feel like we kind of paired off, like, let's not get destroyed. Let's be, we'll put our backs together or whatever. So Amy wanders out, and Steve, I mean, like, right out of a movie, was like, watch this. And it was like, pop, and hit her. And, ow, shit, I'm hit. You put your gun up. And then he just held the trigger down. Just lighting Amy up. And all anybody heard from the entire, like, course was, I'm hitting you, idiot! Just screaming bloody murder. I'm sure she wasn't wearing camo. Probably like a Bishop Leonard jacket, just covered in paint. Stop shooting me, something! Just screaming at us. I'm like, Steve, I think we're supposed to hit them once, and if they say they're out, we're done. But that wasn't the case. But yeah. So the first picture of us officially then is John's bachelor party paintball trip, which makes perfect sense now. And then the second one I remember is at the wedding. Yeah. At the fucking wedding was the second picture. So, I mean, shit. I'm not going to know the year of that, but I can't even see. I usually use Cody as, like, how old I am. Because I can like see if he's 4, if he's 8, if he's 10, whatever, I can be like, all right, +7. I can't even see him at the wedding. So, I mean... I remember the bachelor party way more than the wedding. Like I said, that shit. It was like, woo, that was wartime for me. Yeah. I was not prepared for the Kraski paintball situation. You got initiated.
Was not.
Yeah, hard.
Hard.
97. Woo.
Yeah, with acne and all, fucked up haircuts and acne.
Yeah. I was gonna break out those pictures. I figured that out. Maybe not.
We'll see.
Oh, Steve is on. Holy shit, Steve! Long time to talk. What up? Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring those pictures on. I'd have to get like permission, be like, "Hey, we both look like shit, but are you cool with this?" Yeah, right.
I'm over it. I'm older now. I don't care anymore. And after that, I think we didn't really see much of each other till you had Masters of the Universe and I was doing the hip hop shit, and then we collaborated on stage. And you had like 17 horns in the band, and you were like, "You write a rap this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." You had the ska shit, and then I was like, we did the hip hop ska thing. That was fun. And then,
dude,
ever since then, we've been working together on everything. So you say, like hey, introduce yourself. Who are you? Well, yeah, that's really where our journey kind of started together. And 6 albums later, how many shows later, and now we're about to do more stuff. So for anybody, I fumbled that intro. My fault. It was very boring, but that's what Kraski and I have done together. But it started with the paintball shit. Yeah. So
it was a bomb time, man. Back in the day, it was to not bore everybody to death. I could talk for days about ska music, but there were waves, and we thought we were like right before this next big wave. But then, like, Smalls and AE and Hard Rock helped us think that, man, playing places in Pitt and places like that. We thought we were onto something. And a lot of those bands were touring again. It was before the 90s came back. And then we were like, it's coming, man. Like, within a year or two, a couple years, man, maybe in 5 years, it's going to be back. It's going to blow up. We're going to be able to, tour with these big dudes. And fell flat. I don't know if Scott's coming back for another. It might be like my kids, 40-year-old kids might be bringing it back because their dads and moms listen to it. But that's about it. But
there's people playing ska right now as we speak, killing it underground. Speaking of that, by the way, I was at a show. I'm in Allentown, by the way, Allentown, Pittsburgh, at my shop in my lounge here. We are a venue, but I just came from a venue 2 blocks down called Little Giant. And Chris, when I say like my boy Jerome hit me up, he's like, I got these tickets. You got to come see this band. Cam Chambers, is right down the street right now, killing shit. I was like, damn, I gotta go do this podcast. When we're done here, I'm probably gonna head back down. But his name's Cam Chambers. He's from New Kensington. They did kind of like an Herb thing. They had the hip hop mixed swing. I just wanted to shout them out real
Yeah.
quick. Anybody who doesn't
Oh
know
yeah.
Cam Chambers, I never heard of him before tonight, but absolutely killing shit from New Kensington. So shouts to Cam Chambers. He don't know who the hell I am, but I just watched him, and his whole band was
Dude.
crazy.
Yep.
Saxophones. He had
Ooh.
a MPC, like somebody hitting the sample pads with
Right.
the drop in the shit like climax, and then he had saxophones. He was singing, killing, rapping and singing, soulful, hip hop, on point. Loved it. Just wanted to throw
Oh
it out there
shit.
real quick. But yeah, and, up here, even up here, it's just like there's so much great music going on right now that nobody knows is happening. So but the ska shit, man, that was when I would jump on stage for, what was it, Jeff the Bully? That
Yeah.
song?
Yeah. Yep.
That was so much fun for me. I was like, God damn, like I've never been around this many instruments on stage, but
Me
yeah,
neither.
man, that was good.
Yeah, it was. I was new to it too.
Yeah.
All that shit started as like a joke. I think because I was an original. I think it started as a couple of those original guys had to write a funny song for a high school project, and then
Yeah.
that was. I mean, like two of them. I think it was like a guitar and a bass, and the one guy sang in a funny voice. That was it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, people kept asking, for when are you guys playing a show? They're like, I'm not playing a show. There's not a band. And then they're like, well, start asking. I think I was drumming first. Yeah, and it turned into the first embodiment of that band was Doo Doo Stink Pants, with songs about jerking off and phone sex operators and I don't Tupac actually. So, and then it was like, my buddy plays a saxophone and could barely play it. We're like, bring him in, because it wasn't anything. It was garbage, and he wasn't terrible. We're like, oh, well then we need. It's like this guy's the worst, but this guy's the best. Like I got to step it up, and then it just kept stepping up to we actually like weaned guys out because like we record like you can't hit a note, you're out. And it's like it ended up being Masters, and then man, that was what a journey. Yeah, I'm glad you got to come on a bunch of those, and we recorded. I don't know if did I send you? I think I must have sent you our audio, and you recorded like right over it, because I know you weren't in the studio with us for the first time.
No, I recorded that shit on Cool Edit in my bedroom. I did the best. I did the best I could.
Bingo. That's it, man. I still have that floating around. Yeah, for sure. I remember because I think I pitched it to them because I was like, "This would be cool," because it's weird. Ska is funky and weird and funny. It's like it's not too heavy. There's weird hip hop references. There's weird old disco references. It's Hawaiian shirts and goofy sunglasses and checkered whatever. So I'm like, there's hip hop jokes in a lot of the shit we listen to. It'd be cool to like bring in some kind of hip hop, whatever. I mean, I did Lean Back references. I did Kanye references. Like everybody ate it up. It was like I don't know how those two connected, but you heard it. Like I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Everybody loved it. Everybody ate that shit up. Then you throw out a shirt every time you'd sing and be like, and free shit? Hell yeah, I fucking love this.
Nah, man, you guys are good, man. You're a hell of a front man. That's why I love, even in Urban Rock Project, like, let's say you're a bass player, but you're a front man playing bass. Like, that's why I love being on stage with you, man. It's just the energy.
I just watched the Smallest thing again, and I forgot that for the last song, I went to jump off the stage because I'm used to just doing that and playing in the crowd. And when I jumped, my battery pack on my the receiver for the wireless completely felt like I jumped and the cover went off and the battery shot out. So I'm down there just playing acoustic bass. And I think your guy, whoever was filming it, was like, I'm not gonna put that in. Him fumbling around, like me looking at my battery pack and like just dropping the bass and clapping, and he's probably we're not gonna put that in. I think he showed me like for a second when you said my name, and I'm like, he must have been like, this dude's fumbling around. He's picking up double A's off the floor of a concert venue. We're gonna leave that out. But no, for anyone interested, man, we're potentially, maybe this thing in a few weeks. If all goes well, sounds well, there might be another project in the works. So anyone Pittsburgh-wise, keep following, man. I'll put shit up on my page. I'm sure you'll do the same, and hopefully it works out, man. I was listening to that Tiny Desk today. There's just a lot of instrumentation for us to go, we don't need X, Y, and Z, but it did sound killer. Like that weird. It's not acoustic. Man. It's not acoustic. It's not acoustic at all. But it's like tore down and chill and like really quiet. Maybe quiet's the word. It's really quiet, but you're still. I don't know. It's a really cool, weird combo. What was that? That was Tiny Desk, and that was
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill Tiny Desk was really cool. And then they get to take their time in between. They're explaining like some history. They're talking about their sound and like. You could tell there was a small crowd behind them, but that crowd sounded like 40 people, 30 people, like some really cool, intimate, small. They were sitting down, 3 horns, a keyboard player. Oh, it was so fucking cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, and Be Real as an MC, he didn't lose the integrity of the energy of the song. It was just toned down.
Exactly.
I'm like, damn. And that's, so I'll elaborate on the show we're doing. Shouts to Ambition, my brother. I can't say too much, but if things work out, we might be doing something here in September, and that's what Chris is referring to. And we're gonna get the guys all back together. I wore my DJ Climax shirt.
Yeah.
Where you at, Bobo? Where you at,
For
baby?
real, get on.
Let's be great, But yeah, so we're gonna strip it down, and we're gonna get back into it, man. It's COVID kind of stunted things, and I did put out, like I said, I released 2 albums, one in 2018 and one in 2021. I remastered the mixtape and redid some things, and it was cool. Then I got into that just stay at home and isolate mode, and it was like, okay, this is getting dangerous. Like I got so used to just like, I'm at home, I'm reworking the same thing 9,000 times over and again. So I miss the band though. It's just that energy, the getting with you guys and just creating on the fly like that. I realized even just when we mentioned, like when Chris hit me and Ambition hit me, he was like, would you want to do this show? Like I said, I can't say too much, and I got all of a sudden re-energized, and I was like, I need this. I need this. I need to create with my guys, my brothers,
And you
get back
own
into
a venue. You fucking own it now.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you know what's funny? I own a
pull
venue
out the
because I was
stops.
like, the damn, trying to get famous, the label, all this shit. And I'm like, so I own my own masters, and I'm like, okay, I own all my own publishing, right? I own all that. I'm like, that's great. Like, if we'd have signed some kind of deal and I didn't have ownership, I'd be like, knowing me now, I'm like, the best decision I ever made was just to keep my own shit.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had the band. I'm like, I love the band and performed, but then it got, because you went to Cali, like,
Yeah.
for just for the record, when you went to Cali, and I told you this morning, I missed you so much. I missed you on stage. I missed the stage presence, and I was just like, God damn it. And things after that, we started going, I don't know, we got it got a little hard to like contain, and I was like, I did everything that I had on my checklist, and I was like, this is a lot of work, and I'm not really sure if the money's there, the deal, like, I don't know if I want, like, what do we want to do? So I had to regroup it.
Yeah.
So, and then COVID, all that stuff. So it's just like, I'm excited to just like, we're not starting from scratch, but we're just, I think, right. We're kind of more polished now. And I think I have a much better direction, I think, of what I think we can do now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Rather than just fizzle out. I needed a reset. I needed a hard reset, and just, just kind of. So I'm excited for what's coming, and you're right. Like I can't say too much, but I really think this is probably the start. I'm in a situation personally, professionally too, where I'm gonna have a lot more free time, within these next few months. This place. Oh, back to my point. I wanted a venue because after all the issues I just talked about, I'm like, I don't want to be away from music. I just know that the band right now, it's a lot, and I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get anything from it. I can't promise the guys we're going to get this. So I kind of had to scale back. I'm like, but now that I have a venue, I can be involved with the music, and I get to meet all these dope people. Now I get to book all these musicians, but we can also perform whenever we want to. And on all the bullshit of dealing with venues and all that, I don't have to do that all the time. So that was the part that was hard for me. I was my own manager. Well, Jody was more or less the manager, but like it was stressful. So now we got the venue. We can book who we want, meet these crazy talented people, and we can perform whenever. And it's going to be primarily an acoustic venue, so kind of like the Tiny Desk MTV Unplugged thing. You said Nirvana was like your favorite.
Oh man, yeah.
I want to like those vibes in this setting. And it's it's an old Victorian kind of vibe in here, but we're going to do, the acoustics are great. We'll have a stage right behind me in the corner, but we get the best of both worlds, with it. So that's my favorite part. I can be involved with it, but I don't have to load 17,000 drums all the time. We're not dealing with ticket venues. Here, I sold this many. How much do I get? And they hand me this cash, and I'm like, it's just a lot, man.
Yeah, and I talked about that, like, in general, like those days of I'll play anywhere, I'll sell tickets, I'll just whore out, whatever, just to get me play. No way, that's so like the selfish part of me when I went to your place, like even when you were like you just got it, it was still like the rainbow stripes on the wall, and you were like,
yeah. And
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like this thing back here, the speakeasy, almost like I swear that day one you were like maybe a venue, and I'm like, ooh, like a small time, like closeted, almost like chill vibe. I'm like, how many different things could I do in this place? I was like, could I do stand up? Could I have a birthday party? Can I play with Jesse? I'm like just going on a list. I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna. I don't need to go fucking anywhere else. I just want to go here and just do. I'll just max it out. Like, what, you'd be like, all right, man, you're fucking done. You've done something 4 days this week. You're done. You're fucking done. But like, I'll be like, I could do something of day 5, day 6, maybe, right? I could help. I could do something. Bear with. I'm cleaning up the beer I just kicked over on the ground.
I saw Julian. Is Julian still here? Hey, let's tell your raise is trash night.
What's that?
He'll understand what that means. That's Ambitious brother. Oh, what's up?
Nice.
Up, Mo? What's up, Mo? Okay, who else we got in here?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, man, cycle through.
Cousin Brittany. People have asked to do all of that. Oh, that's Brittany. Shouts to my cousin Brittany. She's our bartender here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you? You said you're in the Ridge, not the Wexford, right?
Yeah. I'm in Allentown. I'm at the Storyville Lounge behind Dr. Tumbletee's is our business here, and then we're building our distillery next door. We'll handcraft our own whiskey, gin, vodka, blah blah blah. Anything.
You're doing. All I remember hearing was moonshine. You're doing multiple.
Everything. My partner, Mike Mike Styles, also a musician, fantastic singer, producer, hip hop, everything, rapper, lyricist, everything. He's also a roofer by trade, but I'll say we're getting his ass off the roof, and back. We're always in the studio, but now we get to be musicians and we get to do this. He builds our stills. From copper from scratch. He builds everything by hand.
You talking about this guy? Yep.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a master distiller as soon as he gets certified. But I mean, he's a beast. He built this bar here. Let me just brag real quick. So
do it up.
He built this bar by hand, and those are pennies on the bar. He laid every penny by hand. It's like
Jesus.
I think it's $100 in pennies, 100 and some change. But anyway, he built. We're gonna build the back bar. This whole space. But it's the vibe, man. And then the distillery.
And if you're not getting enough of that from this video, I've been in that place. It is I don't know if it's a time warp or if it's a teleportation device. Is it just shooting to New Orleans in an instant, or is it going back in time? You can tell me, but that place does not look like, I won't even say, it doesn't look like Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? You guys...
Yeah.
You guys have what you like, and oh my God, you brought that to. You brought it to Pittsburgh for sure.
Yeah, and the whole shit started, like you said, back in the time. My favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future, and then I've always loved old school hats. That whole, my grandfather wore them. And when I got back with my wife, who sang on "Now I Lay Me," which was my first local,
which I just realized
hit,
yesterday,
was my wife.
By the way.
Yeah. So we ended up, getting married in New Orleans in 2016. We had a prohibition wedding, so when we filmed this throwback movie, I've explained this story a million times, so if you guys heard this, I'm sorry, but it's a good story.
And welcome to listen.
We had a throwback prohibition wedding in New Orleans. Mike was making the moonshine, building the stills. We had to throw the moonshine in the back of people's whips. I think shouts to Real Deal. I think his whole trunk was loaded with illegal moonshine, and he had to drive from Pittsburgh to New Orleans. And so we had all this moonshine. It was and we were down. It was a great time. It was probably the best weekend of my life, honestly. And then Mike and I were drunk as hell at the wedding. We just turn this into a business. And then we like the next day, we were like, yo, this could probably work. And we went and met with a lawyer, and I was like, I had the name Inspired by Spirits. And then Mike was like, well, I can do this. My back hurts. I'm on the roof. I'm like, well, I hate what I'm doing. Music ain't making me enough money.
Done.
I'm like, I did so it all happened. We did the wedding. We shot the movie. We had all these extra clothes from 1920s clothes from the movie we shot and from the wedding. My wife and I, her name's Amanda, A-Rock. And then we were like, well, let's just sell these. So we started doing vintage shows. And I'm like, wow, there's a big world out here for this. We loved it. We know we could sell it and make money. So then it just built from there. So then we're like, let's do retail. Like at my wedding, I took my guys to go shopping. I bought them a hat. I got them a shave. Got a cigar. We had some whiskey. Yeah, so I was like, I want to do all that in one place. So I want people to be able to shop, grab a drink, see the stills, taste some whiskey, get drunk, buy stuff that they might regret, but fuck it, there's no returns. And then be able to just have a good night where they can do everything and feel like they're on vacation. I'm like, you can't buy a drink in Pittsburgh and walk around, but you can buy a drink back here and go up front and feel like you're in a whole other place and go shopping. So I'm like, it's just the vibe, you know what I mean? Then you might be able to hear some great music. I want to structure it so that there's always something going on back here, whether it's a live band. I know you mentioned doing if I'm overstepping, I apologize. You were going to do variety, like comedy, acoustic music together kind of thing.
Because the venue, man, I didn't see in my head So me and my buddy Jake are like you're saying, constantly working on some musical
Yeah.
whatever. And I have these old tunes, and I thought I was going to be a stand-up when I went to California. It turns out everyone in California thinks that. But I never thought of how it would look until I went to your back room, and I went, man, it'd be really funny to do like, it would come out, and I have an old, it's not an accordion, but it's not a squeeze box. It's this weird,
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. It's like a half an accordion. It looks really dumb on someone who's not tiny. It looks really out of place, which is funny.
Yeah.
And he can play anything. So it was like him with an acoustic and me with this, I'm still going to call it a squeeze box, even though it's not. But like this weird piratey, not an accordion, little weird thing that I don't really know how to play, but I can hit like 3 notes. But how funny, like to match the vibe in there. You're not having 1,000 people. You're not having like metalheads blowing out the speakers. It's more like this weird upscale to like really intelligent, fucked up comedy. And I'm like, with music. And I'm like, holy shit, I got to text Jesse. Like, I saw that place. And I'm like, that might actually fucking work. Have like 20 people sit around and like drink cocktails and laugh at like weird, mature, fucked up songs and comedy. I'm like, that did not go away. You know, it's still there in the back of my head, but it's like, you know how it goes. You have 15 projects in your head. You're like, which one's tomorrow? It's not going to be this one, not going to be this one, not going to be this one. Okay, I could do this right now. I can focus on this. So right now is like the September thing that might happen. After that is this other thing my buddy Jake are doing. I did not forget about that fucking stand-up there. If I do stand-up ever in my life, it's going to start at your place. That's for sure.
Well, wait for the stage. Mike's going to build a stage. It's going to wrap around.
Perfect.
So we'll have and we'll have it wrap through to the other side. Man, you didn't miss nothing, man. We'll have you doing if after our show, we're going to start doing like more premiere shows. And shouts to my baby sister, Jamie, who's our bar manager. She can do themed cocktails for everybody's event. Like if you have a theme, I think you mentioned something about like gangs in New York. We could do gangs in New York.
Right.
Yeah. So things like that, we have all that access. And our second location is we're building it right now. It's out in Wexford too. So before I forget to say that, I'm going to say that. But yeah, man, no, it all starts here home in Allentown where we grew up, man. It's and you're right up the street where Sharon. I remember it like going up there with you. We were young, and so when I look back and I think about it, and I think about this, I'm on my deathbed. I'm just going to sit back and think about how much I love the people I love. And I'm like, I was surrounded by so much talent and so many talented people. And the way, like, when you're younger, you're like, oh man, I got to get famous. I got to get rich. I got to do all these things. But the internet and the way things have changed, now you're like, you know what? No, I just want to do as many projects with as many of these people as I possibly can. Yeah. That's all I want to, just how much can we do and how much, and I don't even care. I'm not doing it. Money's nice, but the money will come. I'm not doing, but it's almost like, let me just see what we can do. So anything you and I can do, anybody I just mentioned and people I'm not mentioning, that's all I want. How much can we do and how much can we look back and be like, damn, that was a fucking hell of a life we just had. And we created the entire time,
Yeah. And that's,
so.
Yeah, I had to take a break. A lot of people do with, I can't have like a newborn and be like, I'm out. I'm going on tour, honey. Like I don't value. I'm sure a lot of people have done this over the years. It's
you got two. You got 2 kids.
I got 2, but in the beginning it was like I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing, and it was that cover band, the '90s cover band. But even that was like, yeah, it'll work. I'm not. I didn't miss anything. There's nothing to miss.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't on tour. I wasn't going across country or anything. But it was like little things the people don't think about pop up, and it's an easy pick, A or B. It's fucking A. It's fucking A every single time. You know what I mean? But then they're older, and they can be these little. You start like maybe last year before, you kind of go, all right, time's freeing up. I want to just get creative. I was telling Heather recently, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm getting creative enough. I used to design a lot at work. That's gone. I used to design a lot at home or paint a lot. That's kind of gone. The well's kind of dried up because everybody knows either a designer or knows how to use AI. So I'm like, that's kind of dried up. I'm like, I need that creativity back, man. So it was music. I started talking to this guy, Jake, and like you said, I've been surrounded by it forever. My brother's always doing stuff. My close friends are always doing stuff. You're always doing stuff. I mean, if I'm on here being thanked and being on track listings and stuff, then I'm doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shouts to Kate Show real quick on that cover behind me there.
That's right.
She was on the small. Yep, that's Kate. Shouts to Kate. Super talented artist as well. See, there's too much talent, bro. Sorry, go ahead.
And on the Smalls video too. I don't know how I forgot that she closed it out. Like she was on there for the last, was it 1 or 2? Yeah, last song, right? Yeah, last song.
Yeah, the She was on there for Loud. Yeah.
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 Um, I have to just segue into how great that. I don't know who you hired for that video, man. That video
Oh,
is
okay. So here
nasty.
we
That's
go.
like my
One time.
go-to. Like, boom, watch this,
Yeah.
and that's who I'm talking to.
And that was the main goal with the show. That was our first show together. Remember? That was the first one we did.
I guess
First
so.
one.
Yeah, I didn't even think
We
about that.
it was Jado, me, it was Jado, who was Justin, and it was Paul from Show Films. At the time, they were both Show Films. They have
Okay.
since done their own thing, but it
Right.
was Paul Saunders Show Films. If y'all need a wedding or anything, I think he's out in Ligonier now. But if y'all need anything shot, anybody listening, call Paul Saunders Show Films, or one of my best friends, one of my brothers to this day, like, on so many levels. Justin Ogroski with Jado Media. Shouts to him. Call him. Anything. He's done everything from mom and pops to this place to hotel, like Hilton hotel chains, to the city of Pittsburgh.
Oh, nice.
Visit Pittsburgh, tourism, all that stuff. So yeah, man, those guys, they made us look crazy. And I was like, okay, press kit, check. We got that shit.
Yeah.
And fucking Kenny replaced Jason.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have to get
Right.
into that story. But that was,
Yeah.
we even had to replace our guitarist last minute, and they still made us look crazy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was
So
that
by
was a
the
hell of a show.
way, we're talking about a Mr. Small show that I'm pretty sure you sold out, and you can
Yes.
easily find that if you just search. I think when I want to find it, I just search Jesse Mater Mr. Smalls, and it pops right
Yeah.
up. For those of you not in Pittsburgh, Smalls is my absolute favorite venue in Pittsburgh since Ultra Bar closed.
Yep.
You get national acts, let's say like medium to large, and it's a big old church, man. And it's, if not for the parking, I think it would be an even bigger venue. But there's absolutely zero parking. I mean, like legitimately zero parking. You have to park somewhere else and get an Uber, or park a mile away and walk. But that place has always sounded good. They hook it up for, like, you want to rent the whole place out, go for it. You want to sell tickets, you want to open, you want to whatever. That is the #1 venue in Pittsburgh, and I'm so stoked to live like one exit away. I could probably walk there if I wanted to, but go and look up this video. They, the guys he's talking about, made that show look like national touring act, been around for 10 years, and it was literally our first show. I never even thought about that. I can't remember.
Yeah, it wasn't even our show. We opened for Badfish, the Sublime cover band.
Right. Damn.
Bro, we came out swinging like it was like we were performing on
Why
America's
did I
Got
think-
Talent. All their instruments were behind us on stage, like taking up the whole back line.
I
Like
never
we
even paid attention to that.
bro,
Holy
we had
shit.
we had this much space to work, and we sold like most of those tickets, and I was like,
Man.
because I hadn't done much in a couple of years. We were like low key building this in the garage.
Right.
I put out an album. I was promoting that, and then we built up to this show, and we were like, "Holy fuck!" I'm like, I can't believe
That's
we
why it
sold this
sounded
ticket.
good too, because we had the original lineup for months, and then it was like a new lineup for months, but we're only playing 12 songs. So I mean, we played 12 songs for a year. So I mean, that's why it sounds amazing. I mean, I love drummers more than anything. So I was like, even just watching Tony, you can see it's like, it's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I think someone just joined, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I'm going to say this girl, Sydney, has been an amazing connection to one of my favorite actors of the 90s and thousands. And I'm hoping, Sydney, that you have him with you. I'm not trying to overstep you, Sydney, but this is pretty cool. We got to remember, I'm a fanboy. So Sydney and Vince Viloff are watching. And if you don't know that name, you know his face. Have you ever seen Rat Race? You seen Rat Race, Jesse?
One time, a long time ago, with Mr. Bean was in it or something.
Oh yeah, Rowan Atkinson was definitely in it.
I remember that, but I don't remember too much else about the movie.
So there's another movie called Grind, which is a skateboard movie. So all of us alternative skateboard dudes in the 90s, thousands were obsessed. I mean, I watched this movie a week ago. It's like the once a month movie for a lot of us. This dude made the movie, and he was cool enough, and Sydney was cool enough to help facilitate one of my favorite interviews I've ever done with someone who's legitimately in the mix. See, yeah, Josh knows. Vince, I hope you're there, man. And if not, Sydney, I appreciate you coming in. You know, I love you for hooking it all up. I mean, you've been the in-between, the go-to since Vince is refusing to get on social media. Tell him what year it is, for fuck's sake. No, but you need to go check out Vince Viloff, and I'm super stoked that or Sydney are here are checking it out. But He has been the coolest. I mean, we're on a fucking texting basis. This is one of I called him my Great White Buffalo, my fucking, how do I get this guy just to talk? I would look this guy up, and he wasn't doing much, man. It was like, he's not social media. So I'm like, how do I just tell him, just please come hang and talk? Steve, say hello, man. Fist of Games, by the way, because my buddy Steve went from making funny videos to literally making original Nintendo games. So we're talking NES games that were made like this year and last year. And all these video game nuts are freaking out how good Steve's games are. You need to go follow Fist of Games and check out Steve's shit. It is, I didn't know you could even do that. I'm not being funny. I didn't know you could, it makes sense now seeing it, but I didn't know you could make a game that's in a cartridge comparable for Nintendo. The original Nintendo I'm talking about, people. He's making original Nintendo new games.
He's making brand new games.
He's making brand new games that will literally go into a Nintendo NES. I'm telling you. Good, Josh. You have to follow. You'll love it. Josh is a close friend of mine. He was episode 1, by the way, everybody. Me and Josh, 23, was episode 1, season 1, Celebrity Fanboy. If you don't go follow him and at least check his shit out and say what's up, you're crazy. This guy helped me get on here. He was telling me for, literally years that I should just be fucking hanging out, talking, and interviewing people. That's all I want to do. And so I made him episode 1, and he's still my dude. So, yeah, Carpet Shark, man. Yeah, exactly right.
All right, so
Sharks in the carpet.
So I got a question real quick. So my wife's favorite Nintendo game, I had to go on eBay to buy it because she was like, she's not a gamer. She was like, but I loved this game growing up. So I went and found the game she liked on eBay, and we got it, and we put it in. We started playing it. It was the hardest. I'm like, this game, I don't even know if she's on there. It was called Ghoul School. Hardest game. Nowhere to go. If anybody knows the deal with that game, please tell us, because I was frustrated. I was throwing this shit. I'm like, I can't. Dude. I'm like, I don't know where to go. You go left, right, up, down. I couldn't beat these damn.
Games now.
Horrible. It was horrible.
Exactly right. Games now are like, if you're not going extreme, the games now, like fun games like that are like, oh, I can do this and I can get to the boss. I can do whatever. Nintendo was insane. Like, even go try to beat Mario Brothers.
It's not easy.
Beat Super Mario Brothers. Good luck. And honestly,
good luck.
Steve, chime in with the game you talked about. I don't know as much. I know like 4 games on NES, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I got Dr. Mario. It was my favorite game of all time for a long time until, maybe 2008, 9, 10. The games started going through the roof. But Dr. Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3. 2 was really weird, and I heard that, Steve, you can confirm this or not.
I love 2.
Yeah,
2's my favorite.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you've heard this, but Steve can confirm that it was drawn up, coded, whatever you want to call it. It was supposed to be a ninja game, which is why it seems so much different than 1 and 2. And at the last minute, it didn't, I'm going to butcher this, didn't pass for this ninja game. So there was this developed game with gameplay, navigation, whatever, already done. And then Mario bought, or whoever the property is, the IP is, bought this game and just turned it into Mario 2 because they didn't have a Mario 2. So I don't see Steve chiming in here like I want him to, but as a Nintendo, this is my Nintendo guy. But I was like, why is this so? I understand 3 is different from 1, but it's those two at least like coincide, like they feel like they're part of the same franchise. Where 2 was like, you're flying. You're pulling your gardening.
Dropping vertically from the sky down was like a new thing. Right. I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah.
And it was not the first. That was Birdo. That was like pulling onions out. And then you would like slip into like the dark realm. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
you would dig in
Mario?
Sand. You would dig in sand ditches.
Pulling out onions and throwing fruit and vegetables. I was like, is this fucking Mario? And my buddies were like, you know how it goes. Looking back, my buddies didn't have the first Mario like I did. They had 2. I didn't have 2. So all they knew was like Super Mario Brothers 2, and this was like perfectly normal. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. I know we were talking about it in 2003. These switches.
That's Jay. Okay. What up, Jay? What up, bro? I don't know nothing about that. I was gonna talk about so my cousin Alan, Crazy A, who I started doing hip hop with, he was a beast at Mario 2. And I remember just sitting there watching. I'm like, how's he doing this shit? Like, we would sit up his, like, he was a true gamer. Like, I was like the wannabe. I would watch him. He would beat Zelda, Mario 2, everything. all in like one fucking. His mom too, my Aunt Robin. They were gamers to the core. My sister Jamie too. I couldn't do it. I got
Yeah.
okay when Super Nintendo came out. I was good at
Right.
like NBA Jam,
Yeah.
like Donkey Kong.
See, I never had it. I never had I never had Super Nintendo. All my friends did. So when Heather and I got together, we were like comparing notes. I'd be like NES all the way. She's like, no, fuck no, Super Nintendo. Like whatever game she said. I'm like, oh really? I never even had it. So when I'm talking about Super Mario, she's talking about whatever the first game was where you got on Yoshi. Maybe it was just Mario Brothers or whatever that first game.
Mario 3,
Mario
I think.
Okay.
3 was Yoshi.
Or on Super Nintendo, whatever one is on Super Nintendo. She was like, you never played this? I'm like, I never had a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Mario World, I think is what it was. Yeah, you're
Mario
right.
World. Okay, yeah. She was like,
yeah.
so we went and got that. We got like an aftermarket console that plays NES, SNES, and Sega, and you can use the original controllers and everything. And she went out and bought that one, Super Mario World, and I went back and got Dr. Mario and like Mario 1, 2, 3, and like that whole month was just gone. It was a blur. And that month though, I had played these games earlier with my first roommate Jared. Shout out to Jared. And he showed me the way to beat Super Mario Brothers in 10 minutes. So I did it one time. I could do it in 15 or 20, but he did it. Me and him did it one time each, or 9.5 minutes. We beat Super Mario, the first Mario game on NES. It's because you run on the top and you go through the pipe, whatever. But he showed me, and I'm like, well, now I don't need to play it ever again. I beat the thing in whatever it was. I'm like, I don't need to play it again. I gave up. We married again, and I should say we got together, and it was like Mario talk again, and got those games back. But that was the shit, man. And Steve, fuck you for not coming back in and talking Nintendo. I can't believe you didn't stay here and talk Nintendo with me. Can't believe you right now. But hey, man, I'm gonna give you this. I give this same batch of questions to everybody because I like seeing how different people answer. Call it a lightning round, call it a short answer, whatever the fuck you want. But you also get. I think I have 2 new questions, and you're the guinea pig.
All right.
So I'm going to give you the first new question right off the jump. I usually do this in order, but I want to hear what you have to say. Your favorite swear word.
Favorite swear word?
Yeah.
Oh.
As creative or not creative as you want.
Ah, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if I have a favorite. This shit just flies out. But I mean, I like the abbreviated motherfucker. I like the motherfuck. I like that. I like the abbreviated.
Okay.
I like the abbreviated mother because it's like
motherfuck.
It leaves me with some like I'm going to finish it. It's motivating. It's like motherfucker. All right. So I would say motherfuck, not motherfucker. Motherfuck.
Nice. One of my favorite swears I've heard as an adult that literally cracked me up. I was working in California, and I was changing oil on the beach of Ventura and making nothing. It was fucking amazing. And this one dude, I can't remember his name now, Tony maybe, I think. And he came in and was talking to another dude about phone scams, like phone solicitors, phone whatevers. And you're calling, you're getting like all of us get in the car, like, hello, and it's, oh, welcome to whenever. If you, goddamn, and another guy hung up and was like, it's always these robocalls. And the Tony just goes, those fucks. And I swear I've never heard that articulation before. What was that, 2014? Those fucks. And I swear I've called people fucks nonstop.
Yeah.
Those fucks. Stupid fuck. Like, I took it and ran with it. I swear. All right. So the original order. Chips Ahoy versus Oreo. Where do you fall?
Oreo all day.
Nice. Your favorite candy?
Reese's Pieces.
Pieces, not cups. Okay.
Pieces in a blizzard, plain with popcorn.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Yeah, with popcorn. I do love ordering pieces and popcorn at the movies. How do you order your pizza?
How do I order my pizza?
Yeah, how do you take your pizza?
Extra cheese, mushroom, and pepperoni.
Mushroom and the pepperoni. I don't think you're the first guy to say mushroom, and I think you're all fucking nuts. Putting fungus on a perfectly good pizza.
I mean, it kind of depends on where from, because sometimes the mushrooms are. If they're from a can, like slimy, it depends. Right. It just depends. But yeah, extra cheese, mushroom, pepperoni that's my go. Like if I'm in another city and I don't know what to do, that's what I do.
Yep, I was just gonna say, perfect segue. Being a Pittsburgher, where do you go for pizza? What's your number one?
Minios.
Man, you're not the first Minios either. I'm out of the loop. I think I had there. You talking about Squirrel Hill?
Yeah, but they put one in near North Park, where my wife and I live now. They put one out there about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, man, but it's the same. It's not better. You get that thing, it's like 20 pounds. You're like, okay. I ordered extra cheese, and they told me that I don't need it. Like,
right. So,
Yeah. They were like, yeah,
perfect.
you don't need it. I
Yep.
was like, okay, I
You know
got
what you
you.
made me think of? Is the first time I went to the Oakland Permanis, and I always order my sandwich with extra slaw because I like just kind of having that as like an appetizer. Get a fork, eat some slaw off of the sandwich, and they went, "Really?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Yeah," but they're all kids, man. They're all college kids that work at that Permanis, so they were like, "Okay." That was the most coleslaw I've seen in one place in my entire life. To where I did the thing. I had a couple of forkfuls of coleslaw. I had the sandwich, went back for a couple more, and I took a cup, like a medium fountain drink cup of coleslaw home. But that's what you made me think of. Star Wars or Star Trek?
I don't know much about either, but because I love Family Guy, I gotta go with Star Wars.
Nice. Yeah, we're a big
Yeah.
Family Guy and Star Wars household. First movie you remember seeing in a theater?
Mm, ooh. Does a drive-in count?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ghost Dad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tell me, that's Bill Cosby, right?
Yes, sir. Ghost
I
Dad.
remember that movie. Yeah, holy shit. You
Holy
shouldn't be
shit.
talking about Bill Cosby, by the way.
That well, it was Ghost Dad, and then I remember
Double
the
feature?
same week. Well, I think it was Masters of the Universe,
Oh
and
man, with
go,
Dolph Lundgren.
yes,
Yes.
Ghost Dad, Masters of the Universe, and then it was I think at one point I remember I was with my family. My parents or my sisters might remember. It was we had a we were there, and I think the second feature was like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. We skated. We were like,
Yeah. No,
hey, this
no,
ain't we
no.
don't care about this. So
Yeah,
it was one
right.
of those. But I think Ghost Dad is the earliest I remember. Yeah, we were in the red station wagon that my parents had, the
Nice.
Chevy. Yeah.
Good deal. Oh, I knew Josh was coming in with Ghost Dad for sure. This one's a great question for people not in Pittsburgh because it's cool to hear what they say. But I'm getting a lot of cool Pittsburgh answers. If I say Pittsburgh, what do you think of?
If you say Pittsburgh, what do I
Yeah.
think of? Um, Home.
There you go. Perfect answer. What's one of the things you're most proud of?
Um, Jeez.
I'm getting deep. I went from fucking candy and
Man, yeah,
cookies
Candy,
to
goddamn.
pride, bro.
I think just proud of the fact that we've we're independent, and like my family, everybody I love, we're proud of my people, proud of my friends and loved ones that have done things. And you know you hear so many stories about people making excuses and doing all this, but I'm proud of the people that just keep pushing, and we don't come from much. We just keep going. We're not worried about the end result as much as we are about
The
um,
journey.
the journey. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm really proud of that, and that's a natural thing. I don't even know if you could teach it, but I don't even know if you're allowed to be proud of that. It's kind of like being proud to be born a certain way. Like I don't know, but that's what I'm proud of.
Sounds good to
It's the
me.
push. It's the push thereafter. It's just like taking what you have, doing something with it, and just not expecting help, not expecting any kind of padding. Just
Just
fucking
doing it.
going. And
Yeah.
just going. That's what I'm proud of. And I'm proud because my friends and my family. That's what we do, and they keep me going. I feel like I keep them going. They keep me going. They keep each other going. We all just keep each other fucking going. And as long as we all have each other and go, we're gonna die. We're gonna die just on that journey. So wherever
Yep.
happens after that, I don't know what happens. But if we keep that energy, it ain't nothing but an adventure from there on out. So that's it.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
proud of it.
Fuck it. I
Proud
love
of
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's next for you?
Um, I got lots of music that I'm recording. Um, like I said, we have the new location in Wexford. We have a music venue that's motivating. Doing this is motivating. I have so much music that I got to wrap up and finish. Shouts to Mindbender, my longtime producer. He
Oh
did
yeah.
Thin Line with me. He did It's About Time with me. Breath by Breath with me. The Underground mixtape I recorded with him. So I plan on putting out a small project. I got a lot going on with my brother Ambition. We have a project that we're working on. So lots of music releases. I don't know. The times have changed, so it's kind of like singles. It's like let's release singles and this and that. But I don't know. I would love to do another album at some point. But really, as far as like what we're doing here, the distillery should be opening within a couple months. We have the lounge here. If you want to book a private event, we can do that. We're gonna have live music, live entertainment. We'll get you down here. We're opening our second Dr. Somebody's location in Wexford. That should be open within like 2 weeks.
Nice.
We're gonna have booze out there as soon as our distillery's open. We'll have booze out there as well. So,
Cool.
but that's it, man. It's the journey just keeps going, man. It's all creative, but lots of music. We're getting the band back together. You and me got a lot of work to do there too, because I need that in my life again, man. Not that we ever left. Like, what happened? Like, nah, you got to recharge. Like, I think as creative people, we have to just recharge and reinvent, reevaluate, and just stay away for a while. 'Cause I can't be around too much shit for too long. I gotta like.
Yeah, my old guitar teacher said it best when I went back for lessons as an adult, and he'd be like, "So, did you try A, B, and C we talked about?" I'm like, "No, absolutely not. I had no time."
Yeah.
And he went, "Life gets in the way of life." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, life. Okay, I see that. Yeah, exactly right. The real life gets in the way of the other parts of life that you want to do." Yeah, man. But thanks for keeping me involved for sure. Keep me around. Keep me in the loop. I mean, my name is on this album a couple times, man. Whether it's in band form or personally, but yeah, thanks for keeping me around and keep it going.
Hell yeah, man. No, you were big. I think, like I said, when we had the band going, we made that album. You were in those studio sessions. You were on the Born to Run.
I was on two of them. Yeah, I had to relook too. I didn't remember because you never know. Like, you could also record something that doesn't make it too. So I had to look myself. I was on Can Always Come Home and Born to Run, which makes sense now that I say it out loud.
Well, we sat in my house.
Yep.
And we kind of like came up with Always Come Home together. I was like, "Can you do this?" You were like, "Yeah, I got you." It was like, and then you were like, "We should do this." Whoa. And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, shit. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, bro. That's that whole thing. And that actually, now you say that song there has been like, between that, Now I Lay Me, I think, Born to Run have been the most played, the most spun, and
nice.
that the Always Come Home, that acoustic kind of vibe. I maybe it's just because it's summertime, but I have like probably six or seven songs that are going to be more in that lane that I'm real happy with. And who knows, when wintertime comes, it's probably going to be all minor piano and dark shit, dark candlelit
shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just all me to pull it together and put it out. But like I said, it's all on Spotify. If y'all check out jessemader.com. And that's for the music videos, and then check out inspiredbyspirits.com, and that's for this space and everything we're doing, and it all ties together. We're all creative, man. It never stops. I can't. If I could shut my brain off, I would. And if I could get one good night's sleep, I'd pay $1 million. Like I'd take that over $1 million like all day. So
yeah, man. So everybody, to recap, too, make sure you follow Jess, follow Dr. Tumbletees, follow Inspired by Spirits, and also for my people in here, go check out me and Josh, man. He's got his own thing going on. This is a gamer, a streamer, an ex-professional goalie, if I'm saying that right, and all around my fellow fanboy and nerd. Go watch a Vince Viloff movie, man. Number one is grind, man. I even told him I talked to him. I know you've done other things and they're good. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be stuck on grind all night. That was the one that I still watch, still go back to. And Fist of Games. Go see Steve's work that I didn't know existed. I really had no idea you could even, I don't know what you even call it. I mean, is it backwards compatible video games? I don't know what you call it. Just go check out Fist of Games. I think he has a bunch of socials. And follow, like, comment, subscribe, smash, whatever you want to call it. And also, I'm trying to raise money for St. Jude's come August 1st. That link is in my Instagram page, either right up top, or if you're listening on Spotify now, go to my Instagram. It's sitting up top. Someone already donated, but I'm trying to kick it off August 1, and it's me doing push-ups, 50 push-ups a day, all of August, to raise a couple grand for sick kids. So I don't give a shit if I do any. You better go and give me fucking money to give to St. Jude's. Honestly, give me money for sick kids. Like, what do you care? Donate $20, $10, $1. It all goes to St. Jude's. I collect absolutely zero, and you can click the link and see that it's not me setting it up. It's a whole different event for August. So, but in the meantime, make sure you give Jesse a bunch of follows and all the guys I mentioned. And Jesse, you have anything else to say before we close out?
Last thing, I'm gonna come off of you with kids and animals, man. Take care of them.
Yep.
I want to shout out my sister Jody. Her rescue for cats is Cat Calls Rescue. Throw a donation her way. Jody, if I fuck this up, I'm sorry. Catcallsrescue.org maybe, or like PayPal Cat Calls Rescue, or find her on Instagram.
PayPal. You may have just invented something. Hurry up and get on and trademark that shit. It's on PayPal.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah,
I'm gonna go make that trademark right now.
That's good. I should know this. I think she has a website, Jody. I'm sorry. You just find Cat Calls Rescue on Instagram and
Joe,
throw some money to the cats.
Joe, if you need to,
So,
message me and I'll put it on the info for this, and then also on Spotify. I'm telling you, Josh, don't go to that trademark before me. There it is,
there it is.
catcallrescue.org. There it is.
There we go. All right,
And
that's on here. That's on here forever. So we're good.
Yep, and I think Josh took our trademark already. So there goes that idea.
Nah, GoDaddy's open right now.
Yeah, GeoCities. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll see you tomorrow twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. We got that thing. All right, man. Well, I love you, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. You bet. Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Hell yeah, man.